Sometimes life throws you a curveball so wild it almost feels like a movie. But this one? It's real. Picture this. A 7-year-old girl, just a kid really, walks into a billion-dollar boardroom and saves a collapsing deal with nothing but her voice. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly what happened, and what followed uncovered a hidden family legacy, a fortune left untouched for years, and a secret that shook even the most powerful investors to their core. Let me back up a sec. Logan Whitman was the CEO of a tech startup called Whitman Technologies, right on the 42nd floor of a shiny glass tower in San Francisco. He'd been chasing this deal for 18 months, nights full of Zoom calls, weekends lost in research, countless rewritten proposals, because this wasn't just any deal. He had developed a revolutionary AI platform that could transform pediatric illness diagnosis worldwide. And the stakes were personal. Logan lost his sister to leukemia, undetected until it was too late. This tech was his chance to save lives. But then, the day of the big pitch arrived, and disaster struck. Their official French translator, critical since their investors spoke only French, called in sick with food poisoning. Every backup was either unavailable or too far away. Logan stared at his phone, heart sinking. This was it. The moment everything could fall apart, he paced outside the boardroom. Wrestling with panic, something strange caught his attention. A child's voice singing in perfect French floated down the hallway. Curious, Logan followed the sound and found a little girl crouched beside a janitor's supply cart, quietly organizing spray bottles with the calm focus of someone far older than 7. Her hair was braided neatly, tied with a yellow ribbon, sneakers scuffed but clean. She looked up as he approached, eyes wide but unafraid. "Hey there, what's your name?" Logan asked, kneeling down. "Emily Brooks," she replied softly. "My papa's fixing the lights downstairs, and I'm helping organize this stuff." Then Logan's assistant Jessica caught up, and his jaw nearly dropped when Emily switched flawlessly into French, naming every cleaning product by brand and purpose. Logan blinked. Could this be real? "Emily, do you speak French fluently?" he asked. She smiled. "Oui, monsieur. My mama was from Quebec. She used to read me bedtime stories in French every night before she went to heaven. Papa says I should keep practicing so she'd be proud." Jessica covered her mouth, overwhelmed, and Logan swallowed hard. "Emily," he said carefully, "would you be able to help us talk to some very important people from France?" Emily straightened up, pride shining through her small frame. "I love helping. Mama always said kindness is the most important thing in the world. What would I have to do?" Jessica handed her some documents thick with legal and business jargon, stuff even Logan struggled with in French. Emily took them like treasures, furrowing her brows but quickly figuring out phrases. Strategy commercial means business strategy, right? An investment is investment. She explained, "Mama used to play word games with me from her finance magazines." Logan and Jessica exchanged looks. This was no coincidence. Just then, the elevator chimed, and 2 men stepped in, William Whitmore and Thomas Carter. Whitmore looked aristocratic, sharp. Carter had a reputation as the executioner of the business world, known for crushing pitches with a single nod. Their eyes scanned the room, then landed on Emily. Whitmore raised an eyebrow. "What is this?" Carter barked. "You bring a child to an $800 million investment meeting? Is this a joke?" Logan opened his mouth to respond, but Emily stepped forward, calm and confident, her voice smooth Parisian French, delivering a pitch nobody expected. The room fell silent. Whitmore's jaw dropped. Carter squinted, skepticism wavering. Then, unbelievably, both men smiled. Emily took her seat next to Logan, tiny against the massive leather chair, her yellow ribbon a badge of quiet courage. Jessica smoothed her dress, whispering, "You've got this." Across the table, the 2 investors leaned in, curiosity replacing judgment. William started speaking rapid French, the kind that would have overwhelmed most adults. But Emily translated flawlessly, whispering to Logan before replying with the same poise. Logan explained she was the daughter of one of their trusted employees, and the official translator was sick. Emily's presence felt like Providence. She repeated Logan's words back to the investors. Logan caught a rare flash of a smile from Carter, the very man known to reduce founders to tears. The pitch moved to the big reveal. The AI platform could detect pediatric illnesses earlier than any human doctor, having identified 147 early-stage diagnoses in pilot trials. Emily translated every complex term, every clinical case study with calm clarity, making the cold data sound human. When privacy concerns came up, she rephrased answers with nuance, earning an approving nod from Carter. But it wasn't just her skills, it was her heart. Every time Logan spoke of saving lives, Emily's face softened. When she translated about children living longer thanks to faster diagnosis, her voice trembled just slightly, controlled, but real. Then she added something no presentation could ever cover. Looking directly at the investors in French, she said, "If this computer had existed when my mama was sick, maybe she'd still be here. Maybe someone else's daughter wouldn't have to cry herself to sleep missing bedtime stories." Silence. The room held its breath. Logan had given hundreds of presentations, but none so quiet. William finally broke it, softly asking in English about Emily's mother. Emily nodded. "Breast cancer. It spread too fast for anyone to stop it. But Mama always told me to keep learning, to help someone who needed it." Logan said nothing. Emily had just made the most powerful case for his technology. Suddenly, the walls between business and humanity, numbers and names, crumbled. Then came the offer. $50 million for 40% equity and full control in Europe. Logan felt like he'd been punched. Giving that much away meant surrendering his vision, his team, the very soul of the company. He opened his mouth to refuse, but Emily raised her hand. "Excuse me," she said gently in French. "May I ask a question?" The two men blinked, surprised, then nodded. "When you were little boys," she asked softly, "did you ever have a dream so big it scared you? But you knew if it came true, it could help people who were hurting?" A long pause. Then William spoke. "I did. I wanted to build schools in my village." People laughed. "I wanted to bring better medical care." Thomas added quietly, "We lost my uncle because there wasn't even an X-ray machine." Emily nodded thoughtfully. "That's how Mr. Whitman feels now. He has a dream to help people. He just needs someone who believes like you believed." Logan barely looked up. His throat burned. His vision blurred. William leaned forward. "Emily, how old are you?" "7. "You may be 7, he said, "but you've just done more to convince us than any CEO in years." Turning to Logan, "We will invest $200 million, but want only 20% equity. Your dream is too important to own alone. It must be shared." Before Logan could react, Thomas added, "One condition. Emily will be our youth ambassador. When this launches in Europe, she will tell the story herself. The world needs to hear it." Logan dropped to one knee beside her. "Emily, do you understand what this means? They're giving us everything because of you." She smiled, then asked quietly, "What does an ambassador do?" "You speak for the people. You tell the world why this matters." Emily's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, I want to be the ambassador so no other kid has to lose their mama like I did." As signatures were inked, Jessica called the legal team, and Logan sat back, staring at Emily. She walked in holding a mop bucket and walked out holding the future of his company, and hope for every sick child still waiting for a miracle. 2 weeks later, the press dubbed her the girl who saved a company, and her story went viral worldwide. But inside Logan's office, everything felt calm. Emily practiced her speech in flawless French, her voice steady and warm, while Logan watched in quiet awe. Then Jessica's voice crackled over the intercom, urgent. "Mr. Whitman, someone's here about Emily. It's important." Logan nodded. In came a tall, elegant woman with silver hair and piercing blue eyes. Helen Whitmore, wife of William Whitmore. Emily watched with wide eyes. Helen softened. "I'm here because of her. Because of something William told me. Something that shook him." She pulled out an old photo of a young woman smiling radiantly beside a grand white house. "That's my mama," Emily whispered. "Grace Brooks." Helen's voice trembled. Her name was Grace Whitmore. She was my niece. She left our family 20 years ago after a fight with her father over the man she loved. We never found her until now. Logan froze. You're saying Emily is a Whitmore, heir to a family legacy, a children's hospital, a trust fund worth millions? Emily clutched the photo, stunned. Helen said softly, "Your mama was protecting you. But now, the world knows your name. It's time you know the truth." Daniel Brooks, Emily's father, dusty from work boots, entered and asked, "What's going on?" Helen said, "Your wife was born Grace Whitmore. Emily is heir to a legacy she never knew." Daniel paled. "She never said a word. She loved you and gave up everything. But through Emily, she's come back." Suddenly, news vans gathered outside. Someone leaked the Whitmore connection. Headlines buzzed about lost heirs and fortunes found. Daniel pulled Emily close. "We need to get her out of here." "No," Helen said firmly. "You."